You know, give Cumberland a lot of credit. They're a good little disciplined team. They can spread you out, a bunch of shooters. Don't have a typical five guy around that rim. Open post, shoot threes, difficult to defend. First half they made shots. I think they went 8 for 20 this first half. And that was kind of the game, allowing them to hang around a little bit. But our challenge was to try to run them off that line second half and still guard that bounce. I thought we did that. Though they were 4 for 17 the second half. You know, some things definitely was better tonight than the other night. I want to get the offense backboards a little bit more. I thought Jarius, first night, Butz and Jarius between them had 0 offensive rebounds. Tonight they had 7. I thought Jarius was more active around the rim, rebounding it. We got to the foul line some, but not near as much as used to getting to that foul line. You know, we're a lot of finesse around that rim versus being a power team. And that's the one stat I look at that's I'm used to looking at it and shooting between 20 and 30 free throws every night. We got to keep getting better there. And we were better tonight. Things to build on, lots of things to work on. I thought Josh was really active defensively, had 5 steals. Got in some gaps, helping some. You know, our point guard, you know, he's going to be consistent every night, where he makes shots or not. He's going to be consistent with his effort. And again, he's one rebound away, I think, from having a triple-double. He went behind a lot of his screens, and he was able to pull up and make that mid-range jumper. So, you know, we play these games to get better. There's no question we were better tonight in some areas against a better team. But we got to keep getting better, because there's no more of these. From here on out, they're real. Questions?
Coach, you mentioned Davion being able to get behind some of those screens, make that mid-range jumper. It seems like that mid-range game is something, you know, it's improved for him. It wasn't like it was bad last year, but it seems like something that's really stood out these first 2 games. I guess how much did you see that as something he's, you know, worked on in the offseason, and how much does that kind of elevate his game even more?
Well, again, there's no substitute for experience. You know, he gained a lot of experience last year. He was thrown into the fire, you know, in big minutes, but he's kind of guy that nothing's going to affect him mentally. But only experience makes you better. The game's got to slow down for you. You know, I think for sure the game is slowing down for him. He doesn't have to make shots to determine who he is as a player, because he does so many other things. But making shots, no question, makes everybody better. But he's not a guy that I look at and think that if he doesn't make shots, you know, he's not helping your team. He's one of your best defenders every night. He's going to share that basketball. I thought he was good attacking that rim tonight. Didn't get to the foul line as much as I wanted him to get there. Thought he had several opportunities. The whistle maybe could go the other way where he got there. But he did attack that rim. And one thing we want him to do, sometimes when people go behind the screen, you don't always have to shoot that jumper. Keep attacking. So no question he was better, and he'll keep getting better.
Coach, just looking at, you know.
Your first name again?
Sorry?
Your first name again?
My name is Drew Tennis, from Rivals.
First name?
Drew.
Drew. Okay, Drew.
Yeah. You know, just looking back at this game, you know, you guys tied it up at 16, you know, in the first half, and then, you know, going into those timeouts, what were you telling your guys to get back out there and, you know, take the lead?
You know, you don't really, it's really not scores sometimes you worry about. It's kind of how you're playing. You know, I don't even remember what it was. It seemed like we jumped off to 11, 13 nothing. Is that what it was? 12 nothing. You know, a lot of things can happen there. Sometimes you get relaxed. You know, you want to say, well, how can you get off 12 to nothing and get tied up 16 all? You know, your mentality changes sometimes. Other team, that basket gets bigger, they must start making shots. Same guys that missed those shots the first 4 or 5 minutes started making them something. So you don't really look at that as much as some things maybe that you're doing, how you're doing it. And I think we probably subbed in that little stretch right there too. You know, the biggest things that I thought early that I was trying to emphasize more, Drew, was to be more aggressive around that rim. I thought Butz scored 6 points right off the first 2 or 3 minutes, didn't he, Zach? Thought he was better. Got a couple offensive rebounds early. But you can't let teams making shots change your approach and your attitude. That's easier said and done sometimes. They made some good shots and some tough shots. And like I said, spreading that court can be a hard team to defend, but it's why you play 40 minutes. We felt like through 40 minutes, we just keep pushing, keep doing things. We'd find a way to separate the game, and, we did.
Coach Warren Sparkman, the College Heights Herald. Jamarian and Jalen both, they split time tonight. They both have had 18 minutes. Is that something that's going to continue throughout the season where they're going to be splitting minutes?
Well, we'll see as we go. One thing I wanted to do tonight, we never got to it, is play them together some. We're only able to do it a few minutes first game, but wanted to do it more this game. Probably wasn't the best time to do it, them playing 4 guards around 1. So we really never got to do that. I think that's a lineup moving forward that you can, that I want to play both those guys together. Now, Butz has got to be able to show me he can keep doing things at that 4 spot. Defensively, the effort you got to play with, but makes us a bigger team. Takes a little pressure off one big guy in there. Makes that ball have to go around that rim a little bit more, which I like. So, it could change night to night. We're learning, just like we're learning what we can do and can't do. I'm learning what some guys, how they can play at 7 o'clock versus 3 o'clock. I'm trying to learn, for sure, can Butz throw that ball high low to Jairus? He showed me something the second half. We came out and run a couple plays, around that rim, and he made a couple good passes in there. So it's learning for all of us. We took some baby steps forward. We got better. But again, there's so many other things that we got to keep getting better at. And one of the big things I emphasize and talk about all the time, if you talk to our players that come in, is just talking. You talk for several reasons. Talking's energy, number one. Number two, if you're helping a guy who maybe don't know what's going on or forgets, talking defensively and offensively could, spark a nerve that makes him remember. And when you can get everybody talking as one, then you got something. So that's something we got to keep getting better at for sure.
I know you've talked a lot about him tonight and brought him up last week, Jalen Butz. What was this week like for him, after Monday's exhibition? And I guess where do you kind of see his ceiling being with this team? How much higher do you think he can be?
Butz, it's not but one thing I worry about. I'm on him about. He's come a long way. I'm on him about one thing, effort. That's it. And I thought the first night, for sure, he had game slippage. What I mean by that is the way he used to practice to compare to the way he was practicing. We'd taken some casualness out of him some. I thought he got into the game Monday night, missed a bunch of shots early, and I thought he went back into that mode he used to be in. Just didn't play as hard. That's all I asked. I ain't worried about missing shots. I'm not worried about a turnover. Effort and attitude. Those two things overcome a lot of things. So he came back and responded very well. He was very good, and I thought he was better tonight. He was better tonight. Got to keep getting better.
Coach, just how important were the fans tonight?
Hey, Drew, these fans are important every night. Compared to what we've been used to doing for this past year. I know it was a Friday night. There's a lot of football tonight going on. Jared, I know you could have been a lot of places seeing football games. I'm trying to figure out, did you come to watch basketball or you come to stay warm? Which one was it?
Warm.
Warm. That's what I thought.
I came for you specifically.
That's what I really thought it really was, but I was going to call you out. I was warm tonight. But, the fans are always important, Drew. Just having them back in there. And let's keep building on it. Tuesday night's our first real game. Let's get diddled back the way it was. Just emotion and energy to give your players, means so much.
And, just going off of that, you guys have Alabama State to start the season. What are you guys doing in preparation for that game?
Well, Drew, we'll prepare. We've gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tomorrow's off day. We'll go Sunday and Monday, play Tuesday. In these early games, there's really not, these first two games, there was zero preparation with the opponent. It's all us. Because there's really not a whole lot you can get. And even sometimes when you get it, you want your guys to make adjustments in games early. For Alabama State, I haven't looked ahead to see if they've played, do we have film? We're not going to have film. Because a lot of these early games, you don't get no film. So, but whatever it is, it won't be long. There won't be any styles we haven't played against. Tonight was a good style. Because there's little teams, as you guys know, spread that thing out and play that way. So we don't know much about them. I know their head coach recruited him when he was a player from Jackson, Mississippi. He had a great NBA career, and I'm sure he'll do a great job getting some players. And he's a great young man coming out of high school, and we didn't lose many of them. That's one we lost. But that's about all I know about them, Drew. They'll be quick and athletic, I'm sure.
You guys had a solid night shooting the three Monday, and then tonight you shoot close to 46% from three. I guess how do you think this team compares, shooting from deep compared to some of these other teams that you've had here in the past?
Well, Drew, that's the one thing last year we talked about. We had to improve our shooting. Remember, our starting 1, 2s, and 3s made 44 threes between them. Everybody else in the league had 2 players make at least 44, except one team. 2 players make 44. We had 3 of them make 44. And that was always a difficult thing, spreading that around, Charles. So I think there's no question we shoot the ball better. Luke, much more rhythm, much more comfortable. Jarius is a guy that, again, he ain't going to shoot it now, 9 for 12 in 2 games. What percentage is that, Drew? 9 for 12. 75%, Drew. Not going to do that consistently. But he can go down to 50% and be pretty good. 9 threes in 2 games are pretty good, percentage. So we are better. I think we got some other guys that are capable. Hopefully we can get some pieces back and can help in those areas too. So ability to shoot the basketballs makes the world go round. While you're doing that, we got to score that ball inside. Jamarion will be a different kind of, he's not just a big power, back to the basket player in there. Got to keep getting him better. Butz is the one that has to be more of a power guy. He's a finesse guy. Got to get that free throw line some in there around that rim. So those are things we're constantly trying to get better at. And again, if we can't do it as well there, we'll have to spread it some and do it some other ways. But no question, we're a much better shooting 3-point team than we were. Anybody else?
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Coach.
Guys, appreciate y'all coming tonight. Y'all could have, Jared, I know you could have been in football, so it's good.